I'm Allie Craig, and I'm traveling across the country to fix the heartbeat of the modern economy, the entrepreneur. Entrepreneurs are like no other business. It isn't just about selling a product or a service, it's about selling the experience, the relationship, and speaking to the social stories that hold the hearts and subconscious minds of our audiences. And it's these fledgling brands that must be designed as much for their audiences as it is for their authors if they're going to break the statistics and make bank. Having fixed countless brands over the last 20 years and worked with hundreds more entrepreneurs, founders, and startups, I know that I need to do something radical to get these brands and their founders back on track. Because in this age of social media where everyone is a critic as well as an instant expert, your business and audience can boom or backfire overnight. If I have any hope of saving these brands and transforming their businesses, I have to get these entrepreneurs to embrace the experience they are really selling and escape the mindset that all they are is just an offer. See how we transformed Sondra Shepard's business from a part-time success into full-time brand glory. Brand videos are so important to every single brand nowadays because this is the opportunity for you to really shine, to show your personality, to use your nonverbal communication to your advantage, to use the impressions you make to your advantage, and to be real. When I meet with Cassandra one-on-one, she is the wittiest, most articulate person. She sees in the most simplest things of life the greatest complexities. That skill is something that most people don't have. And I want to make sure that her brand and her videos capture this smart wit about her. So we met up in Portland, not just to create some amazing brand videos, but to get really clear about her messaging. That her messaging is that what she creates for herself is a magnificent life. And that is what really attracts her clients. They see what she has and they want it because they see that she can be powerful and strong, but not in an over masculine way. And so that is what we will be giving to her clients, a magnificent life, magnificent possibilities. Because let's be honest, what makes a magnificent life are the possibilities that your life creates for you. The trigger of her audience is the idea of not being seen. That if the next level of success is me doing more, I'm physically, emotionally, and mentally not capable of it. When Cassandra talks one-on-one, she articulates this beautifully.
You know, I get it. Working in corporate brings its own level of thrill, but also its own challenges. We need more women in corporate, just flat out, in leadership. In leadership, we have gifts and talents that are not being fully tapped, and yet it's a struggle. And the struggle can be real. It's a masculine system still, and oftentimes we as women may feel like we have to act like a man and think like a man and show up like a man, and at the same time we're too afraid of showing too much of our femininity. Some may call it the old boys club, and I'm not here to, bash on the boys or the fellas. There's some things that we as women can learn from them, but not in a way of borrowing on that masculine presence and stance. If you want to really propel your career forward, and that's part of what magnificent success looks like in your life, is being able to lead and contribute in more meaningful ways, then we need to work together, we need to chat. Because I can help you navigate through all of the hidden landmines that exist in corporate work. And I am so deeply passionate about seeing more women in leadership positions all around the world.
It's being that powerful and feminine woman at the same time. That is the life Cassandra offers, because that is the life Cassandra leads. This life is about being magnificent. So this magnificent possible life is really the lifestyle that we're selling. Our intentional focus launching is to create an aesthetically beautiful site. I adore Cassandra's new website.
Oh my God, her header photo was just smashing.
An aesthetically beautiful site with lots of great content that is edutaining, educational, and entertaining. And though she's launching with one-on-one services, the goal is within the next year to do a year program that really is a total immersion program with travel and one-on-one times and retreat aspects as well. That is the end goal. She understands that it's a long-term plan, that none of this is going to happen instantly. It's not website live and lots of clients come in the door. It's website live and then the communication, the relationship building begins. She gets relationship building, and that is what your brand is, building relationships. And that takes a little time.
I have always loved to just really be there cheering other people on, but not telling you exactly what you think you want to hear. That's not me. You're not going to get that from me. And if you're a little thin-skinned, I may not be the person for you because I'm going to shoot it to you straight. And I actually think that's why people come to me, men and women alike, because they know they're going to get the real answer and the real perspective that they need. I'm unafraid to go there. There's something in you that is screaming out. You need to be able to quiet down all the voices that are telling you you're not good enough. Who are you to stand out and stand alone? You need to learn how to quiet all that stuff down so that your inner voice can really shine through and your level of confidence in yourself and the value and the good that you bring into this world can rise. I'm a safe place where we can take that and work with that and move forward.
All the pieces are in place. See how we transform Sylvia Becker-Hill's brand from concept into capital. So the first step when it comes to actually building the brand and taking all these pieces that we have to create an online visual presence is to write copy for your website. And I always start the copywriting process because I don't have the hang-ups, the social stories, or the back history and attachment to these brands, old brands. And for Sylvia, this was really, really scary. I got sent a lot of notes about how she felt like things should be said or presented, which I didn't exactly listen to. And here's why. Because for me, as the expert, it is my job to be able to not just understand my brands and understand their audience, but to on some level embody them. Embody where what Sylvia really wants and what her audience really wants meets. Because if I can speak in that tone where that connection happens, that's where the magic happened. And that's exactly what we did. And honestly, for me, that was a turning point of working with Sylvia because she got to see that I do truly understand what she's about, who she is, what she wants, and what her audience wants as well. Because of that, it was able to create the energy and passion she's always wanted in her copy. But now we're actually able to do it in a way that is powerful, inspiring, and fun because honestly, Sylvia's a heck of a fun personality. So when it comes to her new brand, she is truly set up for an evolutionary growth, not just personally, but professionally as well, which is bound to be awfully profitable too. With the Becker-Hill Women's Empowerment School as the main brand for Sylvia, we're able to encompass everything about women's empowerment. If that's through her courses, if that's through e-programs, retreats, speaking, it is truly a lifestyle brand through and through.
When I came home as a little girl with my very good grades, I was always the best in class, my father looked down on these pieces of paper from the teacher with this pain in his face. He looked down, looked up, and he shook his head in disbelief and he said, "Oh honey, you are way too intelligent. You will never find a husband." Because in a patriarchal culture, things like intelligence, power, strength, leadership, by definition, they are male. So for a woman stepping into that, wanting that, that is dangerous. And we have this fear, these definitions in our minds. So the next phase of evolution will be a partnership between men and women, which is on a level of eye level, of equals, of partners. So it's not only between men and women, but it's also in us. We women, we have an internal patriarchy, because everything we learned, how to behave, what a woman has to supposedly to look, to say, to work, etc. These are beliefs in our own brains. So at the start of my career 20 years ago, I helped women to break through the inner glass ceilings of corporations, and now I help them to break through the inner glass ceilings between their own ears and their own mind. My clients are all brilliant. They are already successful in the eyes of society. They have certain achievements already to show for. They either have a great career, or they made a lot of money, or they have a beautiful, healthy family, or they are super fit. The key word you hear me saying is or. So they have success in one or two areas in their life, but not in all. So in my school I do a lot of, I call it realignment between the subconscious mind and the conscious mind, so that women learn to understand, how did I incorporate the patriarchy? How is my self-doubt fed by all these old, outdated beliefs which tell me that being successful is dangerous, or you can't have it both. You are either successful in your love life or in your career, but never in both. Or power is nasty and negative, and if you want power, then you are not any longer a woman. Or if in order to be successful, you have to be more male than any man. I call this whole thing together, this cocktail of biases and negative beliefs, the superwoman syndrome, where we believe we have to be super and more male and more strong and more clever in order to play the boys' game on their playing field. I teach my ladies how to redefine what success means for them, which playing field they even want to play, and to redefine then the chosen playing field and the conditions and the rules. So that no woman has to be a superwoman, she can be simply woman. When you're ready and you feel the alignment with what I have been sharing, you see a button below the video where you can fill out the application, and I see you on the other side.
It is truly about creating experience, and that's one reason why the lifestyle platform completely works for her. So we decided to work her school into quarter system, so that way every quarter one new major program would launch, but then little sub-programs per department, aka the parts of life, could come up and we could test the market to see what would be the next big course that we would come out the following quarter while she's growing the school curriculum.
We use our biological design as women to be simply women while we pursue success. We want you to define success on your own terms. The second category is relationship, because we women, hello, we thrive in relationships. We are social beings. So relationships is key to be successful in all areas of our life. And last but not least, your career, work, because with so much focus on all the demands privately during the holiday season, the pressure cooker is so high. We want to make sure that you communicate and manage your inner state perfectly, so that you can end this year with the sense of, wow, the holiday season is coming to an end and I'm not exhausted. And I know now how to produce results and success in an evolutionary way, which is joyful, graceful, feminine, authentically me. When you experience a whole quarter, you experience different courses designed to enhance each other's powers, and you get access to directly me, your mentor and teacher. And through live Q&A session with hot seats and micro coaching right with me, these moments working with me directly and getting your questions answered, they are priceless. I declare the time of superwomen who are killing themselves to be successful is over. The time of evolutionary women is now.
the experience side of that, when it comes to how do we begin to connect with her audience, is to create engaging content that really has people question, what is this patriarchy? Patriarchy is a term Silvia uses over and over again, and it's very meaningful to her, but not all of her target audience will be relatable to that.
My she-shack, my feminine temple, my art studio, my little inner girl's dream come true. So come on in, I show you. It's small but mighty. It's just my holy space. And creativity, self-expression is way more than just painting or making cute images or drawing inside the lines of paint by numbers. You never know how the end product of that process will look like. And as a recovered superwoman, I struggled with my need to control everything and everyone in my life. It's pretty stressful, it's exhausting, and other people don't like it, and they don't like you when you have this tendency. I'm a free moving spirit. So I painted now this free moving spirit in this bright, beautiful yellow, and intuitively, this is the thing with body mapping, it's an intuitive process, and obviously you can see in the center, these gorgeous boobs. I just love these breasts. They are beautiful, they have roses, they have glitter, they are wonderful. And the name of this free spirit is Hi, I am safe. So safe capitalized because it's a name, it's not just an adjective. And for me, working with my inner child and women's empowerment, for the last 7,000 years, for women, it was not safe to be powerful. So for a woman to declare, hey, I am safe, and safe as a real, it's my name, I'm safe to be powerful, because we women, we will not step into our power, into our freedom, when our safety is still always at stake.
So by showing what she means through different aspects of life, relationships, money, finances, career, all of this, she's able to show her audience what she really does and what empowerment means through all aspects of their life, helping them to kind of get that aha light bulb moment going on of, wait, this is a social story I learned, not necessarily a reality of life.
They are here. So here we are at the retransformation of the rebirth of my business. The new business is the Becker Hill Women's Empowerment School. Yay! I always wanted to have my own school. And the crazy thing is how life sometimes goes when we are adults, when we mature. I completely forgot. I remember in my late 20s back in Düsseldorf, I went through a NLP, neuro-linguistic programming training, and I had a buddy. And with her, I did a vision process. And with her, in my late 20s, this whole old dream of having your own school came up again. And I labeled it in German, Schule der Frauen, which means School of Women. And that was when I was like 27, 28, before I met my lovely husband Peter. And then I met Peter, I got married, I became a mom, I moved around the world, and how it goes with having babies and sleepless nights, I forgot my dream. For years, for over a decade, I completely had forgotten my dream. So the long-term vision of the school is to be part of the evolutionary trend, which is towards true partnership between men and women. I know some people might not see it this way. The current landscape, politically and economically, is tough. And yet what we are seeing, the tough things, are just the current proof that the patriarchy is dying. And the patriarchy is resisting its own death. The current problems of the world can't be solved only by men or only by women either. It's not about re-establishing a matriarchy. We don't want to go back historically. We've been there till 7,000 years ago, and look where we ended up, right? So we don't go back.
Right.
we go to true partnership between men and women so that we have enough diversity in our creativity, our brain juice, to create really sustainable solutions for the current problems. So that needs a lot of women who are waking up to their power and to their leadership. So that's the mission of the Becker Hill Women's Empowerment School, where leaders are made.
That's beautiful.
So let's drink to reinvention and old childhood dreams. Yay!
Cheers, cheers. To dreams come true, right?
Yes, to dreams come true.
For Silvia, the greatest transformation is her personal transformation. She has to own her brand and really embody it through and through. And the girl completely rocked it in Orlando, and I'm so proud to say that she's still continually rocking it, making sure that she's dressing and acting and showing up as the international founder that she really is. Getting rid of the old ways of being super relaxed and stepping into what she's really about, empowering women and being an empowered woman herself. Love, love, love seeing that. Here's gonna be her greatest challenge. Silvia, like most women, we're hardwired for community. We want to be connected. It's part of our biology, because if we don't have friends, we're going to get kicked out of the tribe. And so for Silvia, she wants that community as well. But that's where the struggle is. If you're truly a leader, if you're truly a revolutionary, guess what? It can be a lonely road. You're not going to have a community of other revolutionary women right around you. So my reminder to Silvia is, this is truly the brand of your dreams. It comes out of the core of your inner child of who you have always been. And in doing that, you are the leader, and you have thousands of women behind you, walking, supporting you. But you have to be brave enough to lead, even though you may really want the community around you. It's that inner strength that I know she has that she must always remember.
So symbolically, to really bury my old business together here with my friends, we have a little burial ceremony, and we just burn it, you know? I don't want to nurture a graveyard, so I thought it's much easier to just rip it apart, say F you, right? You didn't work, I loved your essence, but your look, your branding, bye-bye, 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 time to go. Woohoo! There she's shrinking and shriveling. Yes, superwoman, go. Yes, 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 perfect. I'm letting go of the past, opening the space and the doors to a much better future, starting now.